What if adding 20 or more years of healthy, vibrant life came down to just 5 small things you do each day, and none of them require a gym, expensive supplements, or completely overhauling your routine? I know that sounds almost too simple, but the science behind what I'm about to share is so well documented, so consistently proven, that researchers have been studying these exact habits for decades. So if your energy has been slipping, your joints have been aching, or you just don't feel as sharp as you used to, stay with me, because what I'm about to share changes everything. I've spent over 20 years in integrative medicine and longevity research, working with patients in their 50s, 60s, and 70s. And what I've seen over and over again is that most of what we call normal aging is actually optional. The decline most people accept, a huge portion of it is preventable, and today I'm going to show you exactly how. Here's the mistake almost everyone makes. They think aging is something that just happens to you, slow, unstoppable, like rust on a car. But your body is not a machine wearing down. It is a living system that is constantly repairing and responding to the signals you send it every single day. Every meal, every hour of sleep, every time you move or step outside, you are sending your cells instructions to either age faster or slower. Most people are unknowingly sending all the wrong signals. That's what we're fixing today. Let's get straight into it. The first habit starts the moment you wake up, and most people over 50 are getting this completely wrong. Within minutes of opening their eyes, they reach for their phone, checking messages, scrolling news, absorbing other people's urgency before their own brain has even fully activated. Here's what that does to your body. In the first 30 to 45 minutes after waking, your cortisol levels naturally peak. This is your body's built-in energizing response. It's supposed to sharpen your focus, prime your immune system, and set your hormonal tone for the entire day. But when you flood your nervous system with notifications and stress first thing in the morning, you hijack that response entirely. You turn a powerful natural surge into a stress reaction. And over time, that chronic morning cortisol disruption suppresses immune function, accelerates cellular aging, and throws off the hormonal balance that keeps you feeling vital. So here's what to do instead, and it takes 20 minutes. Keep your phone face down for the first 20 minutes after waking. In that window, do 3 things. First, drink a full glass of water, 12 to 16 ounces. Your body loses fluid overnight, and even mild dehydration stiffens your joints and slows your brain. Second, get 5 minutes of natural light. Step outside or stand by a window. This light signal stops melatonin production and calibrates your circadian rhythm, which controls your metabolism, immune response, and how deeply you sleep tonight. Third, sit quietly for 60 seconds and simply decide how you want to feel today. That's it. No complicated meditation, just 60 seconds of calm before the noise begins. Do this consistently, and your cortisol rhythm stabilizes, your hormonal balance improves, and your energy throughout the day becomes steadier and more reliable. This is free. It takes 20 minutes, and it sets the biological tone for everything that follows.
The second habit tackles something that is quietly destroying the health of millions of people over 50, and it has nothing to do with diet or exercise. It's how long you sit without moving. When you stay seated for extended periods, a critical enzyme called lipoprotein lipase, which drives fat metabolism, essentially shuts down. Your blood sugar regulation becomes sluggish, circulation in your legs goes quiet, and inflammatory markers in your blood begin to climb. Researchers call this inflammaging, the chronic low-grade inflammation that drives nearly every major age-related condition, from heart disease to joint degeneration to cognitive decline. Long, unbroken sitting is one of its primary fuels. The fix is simple. Every 45 to 50 minutes, get up and move for 60 seconds. Walk to the kitchen and back. Do 10 slow calf raises. March in place. That's genuinely all it takes to interrupt the inflammatory cascade, lower post-meal blood sugar spikes, and keep your mitochondria, the energy-producing centers of your cells, active and healthy. Mitochondria that are regularly activated stay efficient and numerous. Mitochondria that sit idle begin to break down. When your mitochondria decline, so does your energy, your metabolism, and your mental clarity. Now, the free version here is setting a timer on your phone every 45 minutes. That works. But many of my patients over 60 have found that a simple step-tracking watch creates a level of awareness that changes their habits faster than anything else. When you can see that you've only moved 800 steps by 2 in the afternoon, you naturally get up and walk to the mailbox. You don't need anything expensive. Basic step-tracking watches from brands like Amazfit or Fitbit Inspire are available for under $20, and the feedback they provide is genuinely one of the most powerful behavioral tools available. You're not chasing 10,000 steps to hit a fitness goal. You're simply reminding your body that it still has work to do. And that signal, sent consistently, keeps your cells in repair mode instead of decay mode. The third habit is the one that researchers have called the single most impactful anti-aging behavior available, and you already know what it is: sleep. But not just any sleep. Deep, architecturally complete sleep that gives your body time to do what it was designed to do overnight. Here's what most people don't realize. During deep sleep, your brain activates a system called the glymphatic system, essentially a nightly pressure wash that flushes out metabolic waste products, including amyloid beta, the protein linked to Alzheimer's disease. At the same time, your body releases the majority of its human growth hormone, which drives cellular repair, muscle maintenance, bone density, and immune function. When sleep is poor or fragmented, that entire repair cycle is cut short. The consequences accumulate in your joints, your energy, your memory, and your long-term brain health.
So here's what actually moves the needle. The single most effective sleep intervention, backed by more research than almost anything else, is consistent sleep and wake times. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, including weekends. This stabilizes your circadian rhythm and ensures you're spending enough time in those deep restorative stages. The second most powerful lever is room temperature. Your core body temperature needs to drop 1 to 2 degrees Fahrenheit to initiate deep sleep. Most people sleep in rooms that are too warm. Setting your bedroom between 65 and 68 degrees can produce a measurable improvement in sleep depth within just a few nights. Beyond that, many of my patients have found that a weighted blanket has made a quiet but significant difference in how quickly they fall asleep and how often they wake through the night. This isn't just comfort. The gentle, distributed pressure activates something called deep pressure stimulation, which increases serotonin production and lowers cortisol in the hours leading into sleep. It tells your nervous system it's safe to fully power down. A quality weighted blanket, 7 to 12 pounds for most adults, from brands like Yan & M or Degrees of Comfort, runs under $40. Use it consistently for 2 to 3 weeks. The results build gradually as your nervous system adjusts, and most people notice they're falling asleep faster and waking up feeling genuinely restored rather than just rested. The fourth habit is one that almost no one talks about enough, and it is directly responsible for how independently and powerfully you function in your 70s, 80s, and beyond. After age 50, your body's ability to build and maintain muscle becomes significantly less efficient. The amount of protein required to trigger muscle protein synthesis, the process that keeps your muscles strong and intact, rises substantially. A 30-year-old might maintain muscle on 60 to 70 grams of protein a day. Someone over 60 often needs 90 to 110 grams or more just to hold what they already have. And muscle mass, in longevity research, is not just about strength. It is one of the strongest predictors of lifespan and functional independence. Muscle regulates blood sugar, protects your joints, supports bone density, and produces compounds called myokines that cross into the brain and actively protect against cognitive decline. Losing muscle as you age is not inevitable, but it is almost guaranteed if you're not deliberately working against it. The practical strategy is straightforward.
At every meal, identify your protein source first. Eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, canned fish, chicken, lentils. These are your allies. Prioritize protein at breakfast especially. Research shows that eating at least 30 grams of protein earlier in the day is more effective at triggering muscle protein synthesis than the same amount eaten later. 3 eggs and a cup of Greek yogurt gets you there. Simple, affordable, and genuinely powerful over time.
For those who travel frequently or struggle to hit their protein targets through food alone, a clean protein powder serves as a practical bridge, not a bodybuilder supplement, just a simple, clean protein source. Options like Orgain Organic Protein or Vital Proteins Collagen Peptides run between $20 and $25 and provide 15 to 25 grams per serving. The collagen-based versions carry the added benefit of supporting joint cartilage and skin elasticity, both of which matter more after 50. Stir it into your morning coffee, blend it into oatmeal, or mix it with water after your afternoon walk. It's not a shortcut, it's a tool that makes consistency easier, and consistency is the only thing that actually produces results. The 5th habit touches every system in your body simultaneously, costs almost nothing, and most people over 60 are severely deficient in the key biological input it provides. Daily outdoor exposure, specifically sunlight, triggers the synthesis of vitamin D in your skin. And vitamin D functions less like a traditional vitamin and more like a master hormone in the body. It regulates over 200 genes, plays a central role in immune defense, cardiovascular health, bone density, and mood stability, and has been linked in large-scale studies to significantly reduced risk of several cancers, autoimmune conditions, and neurodegenerative diseases. Between 40 and 70% of adults over 60 in the United States are deficient in vitamin D, most of them without knowing it. Getting outside for a 20 to 30-minute daily walk does something else just as important. It activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and repair branch of your autonomic system. Your heart rate variability improves, cortisol drops, and your body shifts from stress response mode into the cellular repair mode it actually needs to stay biologically young. Research shows that just 20 minutes of walking outdoors produces measurable drops in cortisol, a direct marker of reduced stress and slowed cellular aging. This is your daily reset button. Use it every single day. For those in northern states or with limited outdoor access during winter, a vitamin D3 combined with K2 supplement is one of the most evidence-backed, affordable interventions in all of longevity medicine. K2 is critical here because it directs the calcium that vitamin D mobilizes into your bones rather than your arteries. Brands like NatureWise or Sports Research offer quality D3 K2 supplements for $12 to $18 for a 3-month supply. The standard dose for most adults over 50 is 2,000 to 4,000 IUs of D3 daily, though I always recommend getting your levels tested first. It's a simple blood test your doctor can order. This is not a trend. This is a foundational nutrient that a large percentage of older adults are genuinely missing, with real consequences for their immunity, their bones, their mood, and how fast their cells are aging. Now, here's what makes these 5 habits so powerful together.
Your morning protocol protects your cortisol rhythm, which governs your hormonal balance all day. Your movement breaks fight inflammaging and keep your mitochondria activated. Your sleep optimization runs your glymphatic system and your nightly growth hormone cycle. Your protein strategy preserves your muscle mass, your metabolic engine, and your long-term independence. And your daily sunlight and vitamin D support your immune system, your bones, your mood, and your cellular repair pathways. Each habit improves a different system, but every system talks to every other system. When your cortisol is balanced, you sleep better. When you sleep better, your muscles recover faster. When your muscles are strong, your blood sugar is more stable and your brain is better protected. When your vitamin D is adequate, your immune system is sharper and your bones hold the strength your muscles are building. This is not 5 separate habits. This is one complete, integrated system working together. 3 months from now, if you start doing these 5 things consistently, here is what changes. Your energy steadies, not the artificial kind from caffeine, but a clean, reliable vitality that carries you through the day. Your joints feel more fluid. Your mind feels sharper. Your sleep actually restores you. You stop dreading the stairs. Your doctor looks at your numbers and asks what you've been doing differently. That is not wishful thinking. That is the documented, reproducible result of these exact habits, practiced by thousands of people in their 60s, 70s, and 80s. There is no biological reason you cannot be one of them. One final bonus before we close, and this one is backed by 80 years of research. The Harvard Study of Adult Development, the longest-running longevity study ever conducted, found that the quality of a person's close relationships was a stronger predictor of long-term health than cholesterol levels, genetics, or even smoking history. Loneliness, biologically, accelerates aging as powerfully as any toxin. So call a friend this week, walk with someone, join a group, not because it feels nice, but because genuine human connection is one of the most potent longevity medicines that exists, and it costs nothing. If this gave you something today, one habit you'll try, one thing that shifted your thinking, hit the like button right now. It helps this reach more people who need it. Subscribe for more practical, science-backed guidance every week, and share this with someone you love. Visit the channel for more informative videos.